We got a scripture that says, during the times of the final judgment, more or less, I'm paraphrasing, people will beat their swords into plowshares. And swords was the main tool of war, obviously, in the times where that was written. And plowshares was the main tool for food. You was tilling the ground. You ate mostly out of what grew, and you still had to till the ground for any cattle that you ate. So for any animals, you still had to prepare the land. So the plowshare. So you have two elements here when it comes to making a final judgment on anything. Coming to a final judgment. Because this is talking about the book of Revelation more so. But I think Christ refers to this in the Gospels, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. But I just wanted to hammer in that whole swords being beaten into plowshares scenario being linked up with the idea of a final judgment, of a revelation. Now, yes, of course, I'm taking the mysticism out of it by giving you the psychological approach. And the reason why I'm doing that is to make it applicable advice that you and I can follow every day. So when you're coming to a revelation, a final decision, a final judgment on anything, sitting on the throne, you got the authority over the decision, you know enough about it, you're well versed enough about it, you've displayed it, you've proven it to yourself and others that you're capable of whatever you're endeavoring and taking on. So now you see the sword. And the sword is what? The defense. It's a warfare weapon. I guess you could use it like offense too, because it's a warfare weapon. So the first thing you see is the battle. So what is the battle then? Because you got the sword and the plowshare thing. So the final judgment is, will this war feed me? You have a sword and a plowshare. So when you put those two tools together and you read it like a formula, like an equation, sword plus plowshare equals, will the war feed me? Battle plus food production. Is your business endeavor beneficial? In the time where startups are here today and going tomorrow just on a quick come up, on a quick flip, the crop that springs up on the shallow soil, it grows up fast. That's the one that springs up first more than anything else. But because it doesn't have deep roots, it's gone just as soon as it comes up. But it comes up quicker than everybody else. These are the ones, man. They're gonna be ahead of you for a while, people. In life, at first. Takes a while, but roots reach deep. And it has to take a full-on natural catastrophe to take a tree down. Cars crash into trees doing 100 miles an hour. The tree still be around. It don't even be broken down enough to where it could be used for firewood. I mean, the tree is still standing, not even leaning. People have built a whole sidewalk using pavement and or concrete. If a tree is right there with the roots, it's going to grow up right through the ground. It's going to push right through the elements. No matter what season, it could be still, it'll lift all of that up. That's how strong roots are. So that's a war that continues to feed you. So that's a sword being turned into a plowshare. What we see now is the dynamic where the plowshare is being turned into swords. Well, what do you do to feed yourself? I go to war. I start beef with this person. I start beef with that person. See, you're taking a plowshare and you're turning it into a sword. That was explained in the prophets. But for the sake of the great reversal, you have Christ explaining it later, that in the last days, people will beat their swords into plowshares. Super T Sigma, Sigma programming. Stay illuminated. Peace.